Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to tell you a story. A simple, yet profound one, called The Wind and the Tree. It's a story about strength, resilience, and the true meaning of partnership. Imagine a vast, open field. In its very center stands a solitary tree. For years, it has grown tall and strong, its branches reaching for the sky, its roots digging deep into the earth. It is proud, steadfast, and unyielding. It believes its strength comes from its rigidity, its ability to stand firm against any force. Then comes the wind. The wind is a wanderer, a free spirit. It dances across the plains, whispers through the forests, and roars over the mountains. The wind is formless, adaptable, and persistent. It sees the proud tree standing alone and is drawn to its magnificent stillness. At first, their relationship is a battle. The wind blows with all its might, trying to topple the tree. "Why'd you resist me?" The wind howls. The tree groans, its trunk straining, its leaves rustling in protest. "I will not be moved." The tree declares, "My strength is in my unbending nature." This struggle continues 4 seasons. The gentle breezes of spring test its flexibility, the hot gusts of summer challenge its endurance, and the fierce gales of autumn assault its very core. The tree holds its ground, but the cost is high. After every storm, it finds itself littered with broken branches and fallen leaves. It feels weary, its rigid strength becoming a source of constant pain and loss. It sees other plants, like the slender reeds by the river, bending and swaying with the wind, only to stand tall again once the gust has passed. They seem to dance with the wind, not fight it. One harsh winter, a blizzard unlike any other descends upon the field. The wind is a furious, icy force, and the tree knows it might not survive this time. As the wind howls, a thought, a new idea, sprouts in the trees. Heartwood, what if strength isn't just about resistance? What if there's strength in yielding? With this new understanding, the tree decides to try something different. Instead of fighting the wind, it begins to listen. It feels the direction of the gust, and instead of bracing against it, it allows its branches to sway. It lets its leaves rustle and dance, creating a song with the wind instead of a battle cry. The wind is surprised. It feels the tree yielding, mobbing wheat, it not against it. The furious howl softens into a powerful current. The wind flows through the tree's branches, no longer as an enemy, but as a partner. The tree is no longer just standing against the storm. It is part of the storm's wild, beautiful dance. The snow piles up, but because the branches are flexible, it doesn't accumulate enough to break them. They simply bend, shed the weight, and spring back. When spring finally arrives, the tree is not broken. It has lost fewer branches than ever before. In fact, it feels stronger, more alive. Its roots have held firm, not through stubbornness, but by providing a stable anchor for its flexible body. The wind returns, no longer as a foe, but as an old friend. It whispers secrets of distant lands through the tree, as new leaves, and helps scatter its seeds far across the field, ensuring the tree's legacy will continue. The tree learned a powerful lesson. True strength is not about being unmovable or rigid. It's about resilience, adaptability, and the wisdom to know when to stand firm and when to bend. The tree and the wind found harmony, not in opposition, but in partnership. The tree provided the anchor. The wind provided the motion. Together, they created a dance of life that was more beautiful and enduring than anything they could have achieved alone. This story mirrors so many aspects of our own lives. We often think we need to be tough, unyielding, and resistant to the challenges that life throws our way. We brace ourselves for hardship, we fight against change, and we resist the forces we cannot control. But like the tree, this constant battle can leave us broken and exhausted. What if we tried to be more like the tree in its wisdom? What if we learned to bend without breaking? This doesn't mean being passive or giving up. It means being adaptable. It's about recognizing the forces at play in our lives, be it a difficult job, a challenging relationship, or a personal struggle, and learning to move with them rather than just against them. Think about it. When we are rigid in our opinions, we can't learn. When we are rigid in our plans, we miss unexpected opportunities. When we are rigid in our emotions, we don't allow ourselves to process them and heal. Flexibility allows for growth. It allows us to navigate the storms of life and come out stronger, not weaker. It's the resilience to bounce back from adversity, having learned something in the process. And just like the tree and the wind, it highlights the power of partnership. Sometimes, the forces we perceive as adversaries can become our greatest allies if we change our perspective. A critical colleague might be offering feedback that helps us grow. A difficult life event might teach us a lesson we desperately needed to learn. By learning to work with these forces, we can create something far more powerful than we could through resistance alone. So the next time you feel the winds of change blowing hard in your life, remember the story of the wind and the tree. Ask yourself, am I being rigid? Or am I being resilient? Am I fighting a battle I can't win? Or can I find a way to dance with the wind? True strength lies in that balance rooted in our values, but flexible in our approach. Thank you so much for joining me today for this story. I hope it gave you something to think about. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what the story of the wind and the tree means to you. Until next time, stay strong, stay flexible, and keep growing.